So the medal rush very much continues in the Asian Games. Today was, to put it politely, a very fruitful day for India.
It just fell short of a perfect 10 on the 10th day of the Asian Games, but we ended up with 9 medals. But with these two individuals, this entire show is dedicated to them.
Yeah.
2 golden girls who have continued to show that the future, maybe in Indian athletics, track and field events,
is starting to look bright.
Yeah, can go up. There is a glimpse of that. Of course, it can immediately come down if they do not have a good World Athletics Championship or a Olympics.
Which is lest we forget. Yeah, don't forget. Olympics is where you'll see, of course, the best of the best. It goes without saying. It's tougher than it is in the Asian Games or, of course, Commonwealth Games, where you do tend to find medals a little easier to come by.
That is why. So, at least they have conquered Asia.
Yeah.
That is the best thing about it. But anyway, you did feel that a sense of history was coming when the games itself started today on a Tuesday, because right from the word go, archery, medals are already assured. Today, you got 69. But in all technicality, today was the day you surpassed Jakarta Palembang.
Exactly.
With 70 medals in 2018, you now have 69 on the board, but you now have potentially 4-5 medals lined up.
Exactly.
So we don't know the color of the medal yet. But you have officially, without any saying, you have surpassed Jakarta Palembang in a big way. And now you are on the final home stretch for the 100 medal.
That magical 100 mark.
Because which was the first discipline that guaranteed you the medals today? It found the bullseye. It was archery. The compound event that was there. Imagine 1 gold, 1 silver confirmed in the men's compound event.
Exactly.
When did we last see that a gold and silver would be swept? You had a similar thing with Eldos Paul and Abdullah Abubakar in the Commonwealth Games. You won a gold and a silver at that time. So, even in the men, you had the likes of Ojas Praveen Devtale and Abhishek Verma. They are going to fight out for gold and silver. Wow, this is the Asian Games. This isn't the World Cup, or it's not the National Championships. It's in the Asian Games. But of course, the Asian Games is third on the priority list, because compound on the way is not included in the Olympics.
That is actually the thing with when you're looking at it. It's bittersweet, because with archery, the discipline that is there is the recurve discipline. It's not compound, but glory still glory. Compound is very much part of the Asian Games, so worth actually
gold and silver that might be assured in the Asian Games. And not just in women's section is also going to get you 2 medals, because Jyoti Sureka Vendam is in the finals, and Aditi Swami, who is the reigning world champion, she's going to fight for bronze.
Exactly.
So 4 medals in archery tomorrow. That itself will officially take you past Jakarta Palembang.
And don't forget, you're missing out. There's multiple ones that are guaranteed. We don't know the color yet. In squash as well, because don't forget, in squash, not just squash, in fact boxing. Lovelina reached the final, so she's getting either gold or silver dependent on the result. Then of course you had Deepika Palikal and Harinder Pal Singh. Remember, reached the semi-finals of the mixed doubles. So even if they lose, I guaranteed at least the bronze. Of course, similar you have Saurav Ghoshal and Saurav Ghoshal. So 3 medals there, and 1 if you have Lovelina, 4 which you don't know the color of.
Yes.
So that means actually if you count, that's 4 there. And 4 how many did you count for archery?
4.
It's 8 medals that you know you're getting.
So it's 77 at this point in time.
It's 69 is officially. 77 is what you know is coming.
But remember, more than Lovelina securing the silver, the bigger news was that she secured the Olympic quota now. 66-75 kilo, the main rule was the boxers had to reach the final. In order to secure the quota, she did it in a rather dominant display, and that is why now Lovelina Borgohain, after all the disappointments that she had in the Commonwealth Games,
it's a redemption of sorts for her, because I remember she was the center of a massive storm during the Commonwealth Games. There were issues with her personal coach getting entry to the Games Village, and India had to remove one of the coaches. There was a lot of this thing, and then to make things worse, she didn't even make it very far in the event.
I think she got eliminated very early.
Round 2, if I'm not wrong, is when she got eliminated. So that was a very poor showing on her part, and since then obviously she's had to go back, work hard on her game, and then thereafter to do this. And in the something as crucial as the Asian Games, where Olympic quotas are at stake.
Exactly. So this is a redemption story for Lovelina Borgohain, and also Preeti Pawar. She also secured the bronze medal today. That was another good thing. But the one that stole everyone's attention 1,000-meter canoe sprint.
Yeah.
The doubles.
Exactly.
In the doubles canoe sprint 1,000 meters, you got a bronze medal after 28 long years.
Exactly.
1994 Hiroshima. That was the time when India had won bronze in the same discipline. 28 years later, you're winning it in the same event yet again. So, congratulations to the canoe team of all. I mean, yes, there is a sport called canoe racing, kayak racing, there is there in it. And that was the last events that you may probably see in sailing, kayaking,
the water sports.
Sports, basically. So, that was one major surprise that we got in the Asian Games today.
I would say water sports has been generally a pleasant surprise. You got some sailing as well, I remember.
Sailing, yeah, from the Wonder Men from Rajasthan. When they won the I think the 8 sculling event was won by them.
You did get a few sailing medals early on, but of course there was plenty of other. I think the best showing came today from, of course, as we were mentioning, the Golden Girls, and of course there was also, don't forget, Mohammad Afzal. There was Praveen Chitravel, both of whom won silver and bronze respectively in their disciplines. So plenty. Actually, it got really intense in the evening because it was back to back.
But the star of the show, and probably one of the most memorable moments that you may see, maybe for Indian athletics this year, definitely the moment of the Asian Games was provided by this particular individual, Parul Chaudhary, in the wonderful 5,000 meter race.
Couldn't have paced her race any better than she did. Couldn't have.
Starting look, she already had one of the best things coming, that is, she had won the 3,000 meter steeplechase gold in the Asian Athletics Championship. Parul Chaudhary specializes in long distance running, 5,000, 3,000 meters. So that's where she had an advantage. She knew the experience factor, how to go about it. Starting in the middle of the pack, she was well in the middle of the pack, halfway race. Then after that, slowly she managed to make ground, and then by the end of 2 laps to go, she was third.
Yeah.
1 lap to go, she was second and closing in on a Japanese opponent. But then, with just about maybe 200 meters or 100 meters to go, she put on the jet propeller and just overtook her opponent in dramatic style to secure one of the best gold medals that you have ever seen.
It was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. I mean, taking the race deep. In cricket, one individual does that, but with mixed success nowadays. At that time, it used to be successful. She did an MS Dhoni.
She did a Dhoni. Simple as.
Simple.
But if you're looking at both the Golden Girls, it was different because with Parul, you saw perfect timing. With Annu, Rani, it was sheer dominance. Very early on, she took the lead. The only time the lead slipped away from her, very briefly, she then hit a season's best to ensure that no one was getting past her.
62.92 meters, and the gold was hers after 8 years.
Exactly.
After she had secured Incheon 2014 bronze, she secured the gold medal in Hangzhou. And not just that, 2022 she had also become the first female javelin thrower from India to have gotten the medal in the Commonwealth Games. So last couple of years, it's been good for Annu, Rani. But before we end this wrap, there was one individual who won a medal in that particular discipline after nearly 50 years. Tejaswin Shankar.
Decathlon. Phenomenal showing, really. Of course, we were disappointed. If you'd seen the video we'd done right after the result, disappointed that he didn't get the gold, but let's take nothing away from it. 49 years is what you've had to wait.
1974, that was the last time you had won a decathlon medal. And remember, Tejaswin Shankar is going into decathlon right from the Asian Athletics Championship onwards.
Yeah, it's not something, in fact, he's trying to actually not focus as much on his long jump, which is his main event when you look at it, to ensure that he gets better at decathlon, which is wow.
It's an endurance sport which is not for the faint-hearted.
It's not. You saw how they were collapsing at the end. The guys, when they finished the 1500 meters, they were collapsing. That's how much it takes out of you.
Me and Shane were disappointed for 2 reasons. One, he was leading after 7 events. 2 events in particular, the javelin throw in particular, was the death knell for Tejaswin Shankar. And it was later revealed. I mean, we got a statement that someone has, one of our colleagues has said that. Unfortunately, Tejaswin Shankar was suffering from cramp.
Ooh.
He was suffering from cramp after day 1 and he had to really work himself.
Then you really had to dig deep.
Yep. That is the problem. He was suffering from cramp. So Tejaswin Shankar, unfortunately, because of the fitness thing, come on, decathlon as an event, endurance sport, takes out the best of the best also.
Exactly.
This is Tejaswin Shankar we are talking about, who's just making an attempt in the first year itself. So it's kind of a good silver medal, disappointing but yet a good silver medal. So
9 medals overall.
2 gold medals from Annu, Rani and Parul, Chaudhary. Then you had boxing with silver guaranteed, but then you got 4 medals from archery coming up. Tomorrow is the compound mixed team event. So tomorrow is an action-packed day with the compound mixed team event in archery, where you can be guaranteed more medals.
Exactly.
Not just 4, you may have 6 or 8.
Exactly.
Tomorrow and until 7th, wrestling begins for India.
Yeah, don't forget, tomorrow is also another day if you're looking for more medals. Neeraj Chopra is in action.
4:35 p.m. IST. That is Neeraj Chopra's event. And today Arshad Nadeem is out because of the knee injury.
Actually, it's very much a straight shootout between Neeraj and himself.
Yes.
That's it.
If he wins the Asian Games gold, he's defended it. It only cements his legacy as one of the greatest ever. Anyway, he doesn't need to prove anything.
He's completed javelin.
Yep.
At 25 years.
Maybe if he gets that 90 meter.
That's the only thing left at this point.
Done.
And it's pretty telling that that's the only thing. Because 90 meters isn't an accomplishment if you've won everything in the sport.
Exactly. So tomorrow, the archers, wrestling begins. Neeraj Chopra, that is the major thing that's there. Harmilan Bains is also going to start her 800 meters tomorrow.
Don't forget, targeting a second medal.
Yes. So plenty. I mean, from equestrian is also going to have particular medal.
You could very well be in contention in equestrian as well, definitely.
Yes, so 35-kilometer walk and all that, because athletics for India ends tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day when you can have that surge. And if India can get to 85 or 86 by the end of tomorrow, 5th, 6th, 7th, 14 medals, maybe not, you can still do it.
Exactly.
You could have the best medal haul for India on a particular day. It is 15, which happened about 2 days back. It could happen tomorrow also.
Exactly. So stay tuned. Plenty coming your way from us at Sports Today.
Yeah.
But for now, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please don't forget, if you enjoy our work, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell, leave us a comment, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sports Today app and stay tuned. We'll have other stuff coming your way, interviews and whatnot from Hongzhou. And if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other stuff we've done as well. For now though, from Siddharth and me, bye-bye.
Good night.